Our FaZe clan taking on Navi right here at the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice. We're going to be taking it over to our commentators. We have Anders and Moses.
Oh yes, thank you to the desk, and I can't wait for this game to get on the way. It's already happening. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. FaZe and Navi already blowing up the door. Rain leading the charge, trying to get down. Oh, Boomich is chasing them.
Oh no!
Knife is out and he stabs Dolomeister. What a beginning to the match. Now a 3 versus 4 as Coldzera is going to get the kill, but this is all the action. You could have wanted it more right here at Intel Extreme Masters. Hot start, Jason.
That's unreal that he just made that happen. Oh, bomb is down in the vents as well. That's even more brutal. Lord Boomich looking over the vents. Simple's starting to investigate. And FaZe, all you can really do, hit the pause button. See if that mistake is going to come into play. See if someone's going to wander into the crosshair. And at the moment, they're playing very disciplined. Nico and Brokey left to pick up the pieces.
Nico with the P250 though, which means the range, it actually looked like he could have beat the timing against Simple. No way that he could have known, but it's those little mistakes that you kind of want and need. No chance to spot anyone out. 50 seconds on the clock, and Brokey's just waiting down there. So a lot of discipline. I mean, this 2-on-4, this is one of those rounds you actually can turn in your favor. But like we discussed in the previous match, sometimes you need a bit of help from the enemy. You need just a small mistake. Boomich, knife still dripping with blood, going to be falling back, and he just spots them out, and that's enough. Just getting the information, they try and go for a boost, but now they're kind of out of time. The bomb is in the vents. Man.
It's not even about picking it up and getting to the bomb site.
No.
It's about the fact that you have 2 players still alive in the doors in the window. You're going to have more battles coming. So at this point for FaZe, the bomb plant is everything you could want, and Boomich is going to deny even that. So is Flamey. They're going to start bomb rushing Brokey off the plant. He's still got some time, but does fall in the end. Just a swarm of Navi players. But that's all on Boomich.
An actual crazy, just rumble-tumble type play. I just can't believe that it started out that way.
Well, you got to feel bad for Rain. He got blown up. I think I got tagged by like 1 bullet, and then Nade comes in and just deletes all of his HP. Boomich coming in behind him so quick. I don't think Olaf even realized it till the knife was out, till it was in his back.
Yeah, how do you call that? I mean, it's true. If you're the first guy to go down, how do you call anything? It's like just a lot of
I didn't see anything.
Happening.
I saw explosions.
I have no idea what's happening. it's bad. Well, now we have to, yeah, so this is the combination, right? Perfecto and the grenade from Simple, I guess. And then this, I don't even know what this is. Do you don't think Olaf might seem like...
He didn't run out of bullets, did he? I wasn't keeping track of that. He just decided to go for the knife. He was like, oh, well, if you're not going to turn, I guess I'll shank you.
Which is the worst decision imaginable, but it still did work out.
It worked out, at least this time.
Fair play, I guess.
2K, right around 2K on everyone from FaZe. No investment. 5 Glocks. I like that. I've missed these rounds, Anders.
Yeah, where they don't really, like, you have no illusion that anything is going to be happening. We can call it right away. We're like, there's not going to be any kind of a round. Don't even worry about it. Just discussing things, setting it up nicely, and then I'm guessing, you know, next round will be where much of the fire is. Have you noticed, by the way, that, so this is the second nuke we're having today if you missed the first one, but both the pistol rounds on the first nuke were similar kind of...
Fast pace towards the upper bomb site.
Yep.
I think one was trying to get down the vents, and one was just an upper bomb site commit out the hut.
Yep. So that's just the flavor of the...
So 3 of 3 pistol rounds have been upper rushes of some kind. Yeah. All right.
Which is, I mean, I get it, because obviously the logic is you're not going to be running into that many Molotovs and HEs on the, you know, from the CT side if you do it, and in later rounds you probably will. Oh, electronic.
Oh dear. Oh dear. It's not looking pretty. But there's the benefit of having 5 Glocks going up against you is you literally can make every mistake in the book, miss every shot, and you're going to be just fine. Try again.
Yeah, just he took, what, like 53 damage from that, and he's still just doing fine.
Yeah, he's probably hit like 10 times as well.
Yeah.
Easy cleanup for Navi.
But there are so many cool pistol rounds you can run on this map.
Talk to me, Goose.
Well, I mean, EG had a tremendously cool one in London where they actually, they smoke off towards the heaven so they throw the smoke from T-spawn that lands in heaven.
Yeah.
And they throw a Molotov, I think that lands like right below that, and then they have like they have 2 men lobby and 3 men flank around towards hell, and then they crunch the lobby from 2 different directions, which I mean one of them you will never expect on the CT side. Which I think is an amazing setup. And the only reason it didn't work in that moment was because I think they got sniped. Like one person got immediately sniped outside from EG when they went there, so they were sort of in a 4 versus 5. Otherwise, it would have been beautiful.
Just lost some manpower.
Yeah, like that's one of the coolest setup I've seen in a long time in the pistol round. So
who's playing EG next?
Mad Lions, I think.
Oh. Oh, okay. So doing some research for your Danish brothers, huh?
I did pick them to win it. I'll say it right now.
What, the match?
Yeah,
Big Mad Lions to beat EG.
I did.
I respect that. I have Mad Lions as like my dark horse for this event. I don't know how much longer we can consider them dark horses.
No.
So I wanted to get it, get it in there. Maybe one last time.
My logic for pick was slightly that, sometimes you just have to like throw in a pick like that where it's, it's not the most obvious one, but you have to try it because you might be the only one that did it, and then
You need to go for the glory.
that kind of thing. Yeah. Well, second round is in the bag for Navi. Not really be too stressed out about it. A bit of a timeout here, but now we do still have with 3 MP9s, as far as I can tell, going into the next round, where FaZe Clan are going to be having actual rifles.
Yeah, you have to imagine they're going to buy in the next round. So yeah, the big disadvantage for those SMGs, and that does come into the timeout, is actually a little bit of a tech pause. It's as we get some things figured out. So that's why you have us chatting.
That's fine. We can do that. How do you feel about this? Is that a huge liability in your mind, the 3 MP9s? Does that concern you?
No, because I mean, obviously, I think there's some benefits if you can manage to win that, but especially on Nuke, right? There's some places you can put the SMGs to really let their advantages shine. With the fact that you can get them close up, you can have someone get aggressive outside with an SMG, flash them through smoke, but it's not like, you can put them in places where it's not all long-range duels. You can even put them downstairs and have a crossfire setup of some kind, so there are ways on Nuke to really neutralize that.
They're backed up by a scout, though, and an orc, we can,
I'm good with it all. Scout's on simple, so it's like, whatever. I'm not gonna...
Okay.
Not gonna tell simple not to use it.
What did you pick to win this game?
I have FaZe.
Ooh. I mean, I don't know if it's even possible to say that one is a better, objectively the more solid choice. I actually can't remember who I picked, because we did pick him over at the ESL website, but...
Oh yeah, we did. I did that, but I tweeted him out this morning.
You tweeted them out as well, but I forgot what I picked, so the problem is I might be contradicting myself. I think I picked Navi, if I'm being honest. I think I did.
Perfect.
Also because I picked Navi to win the major, so I sort of, I feel like
you have some kind of loyalty, at least for the next, 3 months or so?
I have to. Had to go for the same route with MIBR, and then, had to...
Yeah, how'd that go for you? Pretty good?
I mean, at least they were... Listen. It's been rough, Jason. I'm just not going to lie.
Listen, they're hurting more than you are. Don't worry.
They are. It somehow got worse even after the whole thing. It's been a crazy wild ride. I am actually getting
scared,
genuinely nervous about this whole MIBR situation.
Yeah, it's not pretty at the moment. But the same thing. You could say the same thing was with FaZe. They spent maybe a year and a half where it was just not pretty. Nothing was going right. Some part of me was waiting for the moment to where I could really get behind them as a project when Yanko joined. I was like, all right. You just got to see something. Just give me something.
Any little thing, and I'm back on board. Yeah.
This team, these players with this coach, they can't possibly remain bad. And now, it's coming in. Here's my big fear for this FaZe roster, right? Is I think when we look back, the turnaround of obviously it's still early. Let's not say they're going to be these crazy world beaters. I think they're just playing very well. I was very impressed with what they did in London. It coincides very much with them getting coldzera in the roster and having some time to develop strategies, develop some teamwork and everything. But I don't want people to overlook the fact that Brokey has just been absolutely a mental addition for this team. He's been so good for FaZe, and I think it's going to be easy to say, yeah, it just took them getting coldzera, but don't forget about Brokey because he's been so stellar in the squad.
Yeah, but there is a synergistic element between even those two players, which is the most fortunate thing that you could ever have happened, which is you've got a young, super talented, hungry player, and he gets put next to one of the hardest working people in coldzera. So if you were lacking in inspiration for why you wanted to put in extra hours, just try and go even deeper on the game, or being sat right next to him, and in many ways even in the game being
you have the perfect mentor. Yeah,
it's absolutely crazy. You couldn't actually architect that if you that almost has to be we got real lucky that worked out in that fashion. But I think that's going to be, there's a long game between those two players even, assuming everything works out, that could have a very interesting return of investment just there. So yeah, I look forward to that. Yeah, I think this team has got so much going on for it. And on the Navi side, we talked about this a fair bit already, but Perfecto, if they can click him even halfway, it doesn't even have to be amazing right away, but just get him to a good sort of medium level. Again, like Chad was saying, the combination of electronic and simple is going to be very hard to take down for any team in the world, basically. So
yeah, but that's been like one of the things that we've said about this team for like what 2.5, 3 years now is like that core of Navi, and that's not that it's wrong. It's just we still haven't seen it like hit any kind of like crazy good consistency. Like you can see when it all works out, when Simple, when Electronic are fragging, they look like how they did in London. When Boomich is having a good game, when Flamey is having a good game, but.
I'm not gonna lie. The thing that made me sort of go on one of my crazy Twitter predictions in the heat of the moment for watching Navi was actually nothing to do with Simple Electronic or anything like that. For me, it was actually watching the sort of the crazy style of play that Boomich was having. Like how hard it was for enemies to predict when he was going to be doing something really, really wild. So for me, that's something that is, let's say, out of balance for what the rest of the top teams are doing. It's something that makes it, you know, they're playing out of rhythm a bit, and I just appreciate that a lot. So, yeah, I actually do end up looking a lot to Boomich, and most of the time when I'm watching Navi play now, that's where a lot of my focus is. I'm just like, I just want him to play that style. I want him to feel comfortable and take the crazy risks when he can, because I think it's exciting when it works out.
Yeah, it is very exciting. Either way, we do seemingly have some issues. So what we're gonna? Oh no, never mind. Never mind. Everything's good.
You jinxed yourself, I think.
I jinxed the network. I don't know. I jinxed something that made it all work out.
Well, we
used my powers
anyway.
for good for the first time ever.
Yeah, that's a welcome change, Jason. We appreciate it. Third round is going to be coming up, so we apologize for the delay, but it's good that people were on it right away. Thanks to the admin team for helping us out.
Knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, we love it.
2-0 in the favor of Navi after winning the pistol round here on the CT side of Nuke, and we're back into the action. Round number 3 underway, and as we said, FaZe going to buy up the rifles. They're going up against the 3 SMGs, so bit of an advantage in terms of the weaponry brought to the table.
Yeah, and we'll see if that's actually going to make a difference. I'll take your point. I think you're right. There are tons of ways to make these MP9s work if you get into the right kind of fight. And then there's sort of a minority of rounds where you end up, you know, You're 2-1-3. Still about 50 seconds, a little bit less on the clock. Rain on the one side of the map, and CSGO not getting flanked. He saw that coming, and that's a 2-on-2 now, and they're all just playing individually. This is so strange.
Yeah, they're on the other side of the map, CSGO and Rain, so he's just kind of got to hold on. 30 seconds left. Here's the tough part. This could come down to Perfecto with the SMG in hut. If he hears Rain, and Rain can't exactly slow down because of the time, it's 25 seconds. This battle could be massive, and Perfecto is just going to wait and see if Rain wants to head towards hut.
Oh, Cold is coming in from heaven as well, so if Perfecto wins, no, he's going to be running Rain.
He's going lower, yeah.
I actually thought he was going to flank the other side. That is so little time to get down here. Perfecto's going to be the Electronic coming in now from the other side, and 8 seconds. They're going to get the bomb plant down. FaZe have somehow threaded the needle. I just have no idea how they got in here without getting either shot in the back or running out of time or having a problem when the bomb finally goes down. This seems very, very strange indeed. 2-on-2, and the afterplant here not going to be easy at all. A fight for Perfecto, and he can't win it, and that means Electronic has to back on out, and FaZe will pick up the third round.
I don't mind that call for Navi on the retake attempt. You just send Perfecto to see what he can do. Electronic at 15 HP, and if he couldn't find a kill, then he just backs off, as is being done right now. What a great win for FaZe. A grinded out battle the whole way into that lower bomb site, and as you said, just the perfect call, without even necessarily the information. They just happen to make a blind call, and it works perfectly. They're on the board, 1-2.
Wow, that is a close way to win the first round, but it pays off. Not sure that had anything to do with the MP9s at any point. I mean, you know, that was just a question of, you know, like that 3-man hit towards the ramp and the fact that Cold, you know, made sure he checked that he was getting flanked. That was some heads-up play.
Yeah, I mean, that's just his call as well. He's probably the one you have to imagine dictating when him and Rain are in the 2-on-2, and he's just saying, calm it down. Just wait. We have time. I'm going to hold ramp room. You kind of take your time getting over here. Don't get picked off, and we'll just work it together.
Fourth round, though, and
get another pause coming in.
Another little pause. They will have, I think they'll probably have money to put together a buy here. Yeah, the Electronic could drop for Perfector is a little bit low on cash. You're absolutely right. I'll take your point about Electronic inside of the smokes, and it might be one of those things that's worth, just explaining to people in case you're brand new to Counter-Strike and you don't know, why is that even a thing? Basically, if you're the person inside of the smoke as it's fading, you have like a nanosecond of advantage where you can see the people that are outside the smoke just a tiny bit earlier.
Yeah.
And Electronic has become obnoxiously good at exploiting that.
He's become a bit of a freak.
Yeah, it's quite amazing. Now, you could say, well, what's that about from like a game design perspective? But the thing is, you're going to see that meta swing back at some point where, more and more people are going to start to shoot at the smokes just as they're fading as a way to get the edge. And like there's a constant back and forth here between...
It's something we even mentioned just, within the past couple of weeks is just straight up saying, every time you play Na'Vi, you look at the edges of the smoke. You just have to be cognizant of the fact that Electronic is, at the moment, his game is not being afraid of going through that smoke or working around the edge in some fashion. So that'll be a cool thing for us to keep our eyes on throughout this game when we get going.
Yeah. Taking notes in the background. What is he writing? Just a little bit of poetry while there's some downtime.
Russian poetry?
That's probably going to be quite amazing, I imagine. Can't really read it, but yeah, I imagine.
Yeah, someone would tell us it's cool. Well, 2-1.
Yeah, they're just shutting out the last couple of issues. It's a bit early on to really give any kind of overall trends about the direction this game is going. I guess it's good news that Electronic is 5-0. He didn't obviously get found in that previous round, and then Boomich also up at 5 rounds. It'll be fun to see what happens when Simple starts to pick up that AWP. I think that's something everyone always looks forward to. Can have a huge, massive impact on Nuke. I think Simple is one of those players, when he's playing with that AWP, he is almost dynamically and flawlessly playing Heaven, Ladder Room, Ramp Room, and also, down Hell. So he's playing like Heaven, Yard, Ramp, all at the same time. There's a lot to be juggling
at the same time. Well, either way, while they fix up these issues, these network problems, we are going to send it over to a video of a history of the Intel Extreme Masters.
I'll show you in style. Where you see me coming, better run for cover. 'Cause I'm not slowing down, I'm never going under. I survived the pain, I know it made me stronger. So meet the monster, I came to smoke clears, I'll still be on my feet, forget all of my fears, 'cause I know my destiny, I feel a champion waking inside of me. It's set in motion, the legend's spoken, this is my moment, can't break my focus.
How is it possible that an event like this would begin with something as plain as 2 chat bubbles? And how is it possible that a city known as a regional mining and heavy industry hub transformed into a global esports capital? Well, here's how IEM Katowice redefined how we look at esports today. It's common knowledge that the 2020 edition will be the 8th time the Intel Extreme Masters Series visits the Silesian region. But like many other esports events, its beginnings were quite humble. You've already seen the chat bubbles, but when Carmack, right now the vice president of pro gaming at ESL, received the offer from one of the city councilors, he quickly realized just how big of a challenge that was.
When I first came into Spodek and I looked at all the seats and I looked at how huge the place is, I thought to myself, holy crap, that, you know, if we put 3,000 people in here, it's not going to look like a success. And if it doesn't look like a success, maybe our sponsors stop believing it. Luckily, that was not an issue. From day one, the event was completely overflowing with fans.
ESC Gaming, a Polish Counter-Strike team winning in front of their home crowd, as well as the aftershock caused by the StarCraft 2 and League of Legends tournaments, helped put Katowice on the global esports map. But it wasn't until the next year when the Silesian capital truly made its mark upon the world.
They're 3 frags away now, Virtus Pro, as they will move the bomb in, and it'll be Fifth Laren and Exist to come charging in, and Snacks to go mowing them down. One more will do it for Virtus Pro. It's all on Forest. He gets the first. He doesn't get the second. Virtus Pro have won. Taz has delivered in front of the home crowd.
This last action of the ESL Major Series 1 Katowice 2014 and Virtus Pro's victory defined what the event in Spodek Arena is today. Something that Pasha Biceps, who lifted the trophy back then, is more than aware of.
The fans 2014 show the world how esports event can be crazy.
Event, and we have realized that there is a huge market out there, and I think what followed then, of course, an understanding on sides of marketers, sponsors, city officials that this phenomenon is there, it's there to stay, and it will only grow.
With Counter-Strike making it to the big stage, the tournament shot up, growing bigger and bigger every single year, from around 50,000 attendees in 2013 to almost 175,000 in 2019, coming to see players compete in their favorite games. But as with all esports events, it's not only about the games, but more importantly, the players who play them. Throughout the years, IEM Katowice became not only something that many of them aspire to be a part of, but also a place that every year makes history for them and helps some of those players go against all the odds to pursue their dreams.
I came into this tournament with my father. He passed away just before I got here, and his last wish was that I went here, and so I really want to dedicate this win to my father.
The one thing you can never buy, you can spend 50 times more money than we ever spent in Katowice. You will not buy the fact that this is the oldest esports tournament of this kind in the world.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
They're going to give us a pro tip.
Yeah.
What have you got? Give me your best Counter-Strike tip.
Always let someone else go first. Leave the second guy in.
You really are a rat. Oh. How'd you like the video? You've been at a couple Katowices in your day.
I have been here a couple of times, yeah. It is always something special. Like I think the video actually captures the sort of the atmosphere and the history of it really well. So
yeah.
I appreciate that. It's rough with that ending from Dupree. I was
trying
to like toughen up a bit. I was like,
oh, I remember that last year.
Look cool on camera.
I know. Wipe away the tears. That's got to be up there. That was a very cool memory. Just everything last year. The speech from Carmack, the thing with Dupree, Flusha as well. That made that Katowice pretty cool. Pretty special. And then obviously if you go back into the history, right, it's Virtus Pro winning. I remember the first time I was here, we casted the final of then Luminosity, the Brazilians, taking on Fnatic. That comeback they had on the first map. Pretty wild stuff.
Yeah, a lot of history's been made over the years. I mean, that first Virtus Pro victory, I think, just caught a lot of people off guard. Even then, even though they had a big status at the time, still didn't seem like that was really going to be possible.
I wasn't really super deep into casting yet, but I still remember around that event was when you started. That was the first time I think we heard like the rumors about a team who was like just not very good leading up to that, and you started hearing stories about how they were just wrecking everyone in practice. They were just destroying everyone. And that was like one of the only times it's actually come true. where you hear that they're doing good in the boot camp and good in the scrims, and then they actually deliver on that. So that was sweet.
Yeah, not always the case. You're right. And now it's one of those two pivotal events throughout the year. The other one obviously being Cologne. So I love the idea of that structure of having those two towering events that can sort of segment the whole thing. I think that's really awesome. So
like the non-major majors.
That is what it is. And I think I think someone was bringing this up earlier about the sort of the level of the top teams that are at this Katowice, right? I think that is actually outcompeting any major ever, as far as I'm aware, in terms of having all of the top 12, I think it is, or maybe 14 ranked in the world all here.
Well, I think the nice thing about it isn't necessarily that it's like the most. I don't think it's necessarily any more competitive than some of the previous Katowices, but I think the problem or the difference with this one is there's no like top dogs that you are really confident saying that they're still going to be the top dogs.
True.
Like normally when you come into an event of this size, right? It's like, you come in, you're like, okay, Astralis is definitely going to be playing very well. Liquid is going to be playing, or whoever the second or like maybe the 2 or 3 teams are, you're like, those are going to be the teams to beat. And coming into this one, everyone looks shaky during their during their first competitions in London. So it's like, all right, now it's not that we have like better teams here necessarily. It's just that there's no clear favorites, at least in my mind.
That's true. And I mean, having that clear favorite going into a tournament as well, it creates like a weird opposite effect where if it is Astralis that are, you think they're definitely going to be in the semifinals and, maybe even going to be, going straight to the grand finals. If that doesn't happen, you feel disappointed because you're like, oh man, that was the one that everyone was expecting. And I feel like now, there's, you could pick any one of 6 or 7 different teams and say, yeah, they could actually do it. And so I just don't know. I mean, it makes predictions really tricky, but I think that means...
Predictions are fun, though.
Predictions are fun.
It can be fun.
If you do it the right way, you put enough on the line. Maybe that's the just need the incentive. I honestly, I don't know how to call this one. People love asking those questions, and I hate answering.
Well, apparently you're picking Navi because you haven't won in the major, and Mad Lions because they're Danish. So you're in a great place. I think you're doing really well.
Mad Lion is more because they're the best team in Denmark. I think that's my logic for it. I was behind them when they were on Tricked as well. I think they're cool.
You were.
Cool kids playing cool Counter-Strike,
Cool kids playing cool Counter-Strike. You're really showing your age here.
It's getting old.
These cool kids.
Yeah. No, I think it's fantastic that that we get to see, so many new up-and-coming teams and so many young players that are playing. It's one of the things, if you wanted to throw it back to sort of the beginning of Katowice, that everyone playing at that event, where you just to pick one of them when Virtus Pro was winning, every single person there would have been a legendary player from an earlier version of Counter-Strike. There was almost no new talent. We sort of halfway spoke about Fiflaren and Freiburg as being sort of they're sort of younger, newer, and they came early in from sort of Source and they were playing.
Right.
And now we have
plenty of young talent.
Yeah.
Well, we also have some cool stats from the Pro Tour, and I mean, as this Katowice is kicking off as one of the major events of the new ESL Pro Tour, we can look at some of those stats, how this has been kind of progressing as we go, and you can see here the rankings at the moment. What do you think of that? Fnatic up at the top.
That's a pretty heavy burden to be lifting all the way through, right? And I'm guessing by the time that we get to Cologne, some of those points will have been decayed. We're think the points that are earned here are not. Like that's sort of how the logic of it is. But regardless, great start for Fnatic, obviously, and a team that
I hope they come into Katowice just banging people out.
They haven't.
I hope they just pick up right where they left off.
Wasn't something they haven't played in like 80 days?
I don't even care. I don't even care.
So long.
They've been like freaks of nature in Counter-Strike. Remember what was that event that it was like when Crims won at MVP tournament at some point during their heyday. He hadn't played Counter-Strike for like 2 weeks leading up to the event. Okay, so we're getting something shuffled around. Astralis is going to go in the first place. 1,050 points. Fnatic is second place still. Mouse Sports in third. But I want that Fnatic that like impressed everyone at the Star Ladder event last year in Turkey. I love that Fnatic.
Yeah, they're such a fun team too. They've got like a lot of attitude, which again is something that we don't normally see in Swedish Counter-Strike. I think that's why it's also refreshing. So. Just gonna keep banging that drum.
Oh, look at Brazilian Counter-Strike, not well represented here.
No,
it's not gone well. MIBR Furia, 15th, 16th.
Yeah, what's happened? I mean, that was the original region. That was the production of so much cool new talent. So surely they can make something out of it. Eventually, they've got to, right?
Yeah, I mean, you certainly hope so. They seemingly have a lot of the tools that are needed. So I'd like to see them shoot right back up those rankings. But at the moment, it's really cool. Like not just Fnatic with how they've been playing Mouse Sports the way they ended up last year, like an absolute freak show of a run to close out 2019. That was something special.
I mean, Kerrigan's career in that sense is it will be hard to piece together in a in a video style documentary because it's just so much back and forth. Picking up. I mean, obviously with the original sort of Astralis lineup before Glay was there, and then like he's been through that scenario more than anybody else, I think, of having a team that gets really high level, maybe even the top level, and then he gets removed, and then he has to do it again, and then he has to do it one more time. That's crazy.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I really enjoy. I was starting to lose a little bit of faith in that Mouse Sports project, and then they started winning everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. Well, that clicked in quick. It just took a little while to heat up, and here we are. They're absolute beasts. So yeah, I mean, he'd have a super interesting career to go back and just discuss all of the different issues and all the different obstacles that he's faced in his various teams. Either way, you could see Nico kind of shuffling in his seat, sitting up a little bit straighter, getting in proper prime gaming position, and that tells everyone we're ready to go. Issues are all solved. 2-1 for Navi. We're here on Nuke, first map of the series. If you're just joining us, you did not miss much. Nothing too crazy has happened, and we're going to be going into the second gun round.
It's fantastic news. Appreciate the hardworking people working on the network, laying their own fiber line, I think I heard in the background. Just doing that.
Hammering away, digging.
Right off the bat. Here we go. Fourth round are going to be coming up. And yeah, get everybody be involved once again. This actually could very, very well be the match of the day. FaZe and Navi. And we are still on map number 1, still early on in the first half, so nothing much has been decided at all. Navi will have picked up a little bit here. They got the MP9, they got the AUG, and stolen AK-47. And FaZe with a fair few Kriegs. And they're going to see if they can, continue after winning that third round, which was really impressive. So far, going to be sneaking towards the ramp where Flamey is. Oh, I think they just ate a grenade. That's a lot of damage. Rain is trying to sneak around on the one side. Cold Zero is holding this, so they're actually just putting Rain in as the main point of this attack, trying to see if he can get deep in. And I think they're hoping to force someone back into his arms with that Molotov, but he goes down to Simple instead. And now, where is this attack going? They needed that win. Well,
I think they were relying on the fact that Simple had a tendency in London to over-rotate towards ramp room, and they thought certainly he would get drawn away, and he wasn't fooled this time. He was waiting patiently for Rain, who was there for the backstab. So that is a big read from Simple, and you can see it just destroyed the strategy. Everyone from FaZe, everyone else was all lined up, ready to go in ramp room for that one kill from Rain, and now they just have to back off, as Flamey is well and proper turtled in the B-bomb site.
Yeah, he's waiting down here. Man, so much relied on that. I love the idea of actually forcing whoever would have been there back into the arms of Rain with that Molotov. It's such a cool idea, but of course when no one is there and he just gets killed instead, nothing really comes of it. Cold has been waiting outside of the yard forever and has not seen a single person, has no chance to get any fights out there. And now they're going to try and see if they can swap it around and maybe go for the A-bomb side. With 30 seconds left, this is going to be a very, very tall order indeed. Cold getting dropped low, and again, Navi are all in position. Simple now down to the bomb site. It's 3 people defending it. Simple going down to Nico, and a bit of an attempt here. Perfecto. Again, just time is the problem. 16 seconds on the clock as they're trying to get in. Cold is down and out, and Olofmeister dropping the bomb in the middle of it, meaning just a 1 versus 4 here for Brokey. Absolutely no chance. Doing damage was the best that he could have hoped for. So, a round for Navi, and not much of a pickup, I think, after FaZe lost Rain. It was like the round was just in free fall at that point in time.
Yeah, the round just kind of ended there. And I think well, the problem is if you're running that tactic that's meant to exploit Simple rotating over, you're like, okay, so Simple is still alive and he gets the kill on Rain. That's the second half of our attack. And the ramp player has dropped down into the lower bomb site where we don't have the resources to chase him. Like, they really needed that pick. That entire strategy seemed to be based off of getting that 1 kill in ramp room or his support that comes over. Electronic is very lucky that Rain only has a Glock.
Yeah, he got dinked even a couple of... He's still sticking around. That's tempting fate, isn't it? Don't do it.
A lot of conversation is obviously going to be around Simple, but Electronic was an absolute freak in the early stages of this year. Hopefully he keeps it up throughout Katowice, and when we get to that big stage, there's his opening kill. He returns fire onto Rain.
I think one of the topics... Ooh, Nico, actually. Hold the thought. Headshot on Flamey to take him down, and wanted to go for even a second one here. Definitely don't let FaZe have a round like this, and it can happen. We've seen that many times. One of the ridiculous and ultimately entertaining things about watching FaZe play in general is that sometimes you'll just get these rounds where it's just almost inexplicable, caught in the middle of nowhere. Simple, very awkward, and now a 3-on-3, and Nico's still holding the ramp, and Olofmeister is kind of bringing the bomb in that direction.
Well, electronics very low. I think this is going to be the winning play from Boomich. If he can start shrinking this map and getting information, at least letting his teammates know what's possible, what's coming.
But they're gonna have Nico flanking heaven, aren't they?
Oh dear, 30 seconds, and look at Perfecto. You can tell he's got way too many angles. We talk about this all the time. At least now he has Boomich and Mini to meet up with him, but he's still got to manage 2 180 angles. And if they make any noise in lobby, actually Nico's gone all the way around. I don't think there's time for this.
No, this seems incredibly risky. He has got a flashbang, so he could even use it. I mean, he could go for the kill or set up the flashbang. It's hard to know which one is better, but he's out of time. 10 seconds as they try and make their way out Squeak, but that's the bomb back there. I don't think they're already out of time. Nico does what he needs to, but can they actually do anything? No, it's too late. Oh, they almost had it. Did Olofmeister even try to switch out a gun in the meantime? I'm not sure what just happened. Nico with a triple kill, but it doesn't matter. Na'Vi will win the round.
There's a couple things there, and obviously it's an easy situation to criticize, but I mean, they took a long time to actually make that signal of like go attack the upper bomb site, but also I guess they just didn't want to have to worry about someone being pushed into hut. But that's the easy route to take, right? Is to go, through dark, through hut, and right into the bomb site. Instead, going through Squeaky Door, just that 1 extra second and a half of delay of the fight. Not even a kill, just the fact that he's there, and and Olaf realizes he can't cross.
I am definitely shocked.
It had to be something where they thought the defending player, they would have had to have thought Perfecto, knowing that heaven was open, would have pushed in towards hut. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, this is looking like just an explosive A take. They've waited around for the initial barrage of grenades, but they're set up for this. You could see Nico's going to be throwing a Molotov, I'm assuming, to the top of hut, and Olofmeister is going to be, Coldzera is going to be Molotoving the rafters up here. So Perfecto's going to be in a lot of trouble, actually. There should be nowhere for him to stand once these grenades go down, assuming that they get the timing down. And then the question becomes, can Boomich do much to help? I actually think if they do this right now, they should win this 8-bomb site in no time flat.
Well, you at least have Electronic who can hop in towards Mini very quick when it does come out. Here come those Molotovs, flashbangs as well. Perfecto, blind and burning. You're exactly right. And spammed as Rain turned the corner. But Flamey's up top, and Simple's got a pick. But this isn't a hit towards the upper bomb site. It's towards ramp. It's towards the op of Simple.
Oh, man, if they go back and rewatch this round phase, they're going to think, man, if we'd kept going, I mean, this was part of the plan, so fair play to them, but 30 seconds left. Simple's going to be picking up another kill there on Coldzera, and Flamey long range with the AUG. Nico in a 1 versus 2, and again, the time is what's ultimately going to kill this round for him, surely. Should be no way for him to win this fight, or both the fights, really. Bomb is down there, and Flamey waiting to stand up. It's going to be Simple instead. 3 kills with the AWP, but I can almost guarantee if they'd kept going there, FaZe, and there was no way they could have known, but yeah, that was the perfect round to actually fully do that execute.
This is one of those situations where it's almost like the fake was more impactful than the end game.
Yeah.
Like where if you had just stuck to what you were trying to fake early on, you might have actually had something going for you. This is that's a bit brutal. I think the real issue is some of these, it just looked sloppy down the stretch. Like they abandoned ramp room after the fake didn't pan out, but the bomb stayed and 2 players fell back to lobby. So it's looking like some of that disorganization, some of those issues still linger around when they don't get exactly what they'd like. We'll see if that continues to plague FaZe throughout this series.
Couple of smokes, and I mean, they could try and get down here. Molotov, actually Electronic, a little bit delayed in his decision-making, so they're not going to have much of an impact. They get to go down, but they only have pistols, so I think Na'Vi probably know that and probably don't care that they get to have this part of the map. Boomich jumping as they turn the corner. I'm not even sure what that was.
Well, thankfully he's got teammates in position to close this window of opportunity. FaZe, they have the SMG, 3 pistols, little bit of utility. There's the peek from Simple, missed shot, but he's got Flamey still to keep some space between him and the opposition. And Flamey's still able to call out that no one has entered the bomb site. They just swing out now as he looked away. A big trade. Coldzera still has a tough task to get this bomb planted.
Yeah, and Olofmeister, I mean, he just wants to linger around back here and hope to catch somebody before they get the bomb down, but are they actually going to be able to... Is this 35 seconds? I was wondering for a minute there if they actually wanted to swap it out and maybe go somewhere else. And
I think Mini's going to be the end game.
That's doable. If they win the fight up there against Perfecto, who's got the MP9.
Or they could smoke him off, depending on if he's in door or vents. We'll see what He decided to go for it. Again, clock is going to be a huge factor. Perfecto should be able to get the information with this peek, but can he survive? They're spamming through 9 HP. Nade is out. That'll do good damage. He does fall from an HG from Cold himself, and this time plenty of time to get the plant.
Yep, simple. Not going to risk it running through the hut. Just wants to get into position and wait for Electronic to show up on the other side. He's close range with the AWP, so missing a shot right here could actually cost him the round. Olofmeister's in position for it, but Simple still making it work. And Cold Zera, yeah, he's trapped in here. He knows it. He goes down. Oh! A wallbang shot right through. That's a disgusting way to win a round. Simple styling on them in this first half already.
He just takes the shot. I actually really like the play from Cold Zera. After he realizes he doesn't have the timing to peek on Simple, to go back out and try and get to the other side of the silos, but that's just brutal from Simple. Again, FaZe almost finding a way to win the round. Just stubbing their toe right at the end.
So that one's obviously the really critical one. This is just style points. What a guy.
I wonder if he's just trying to shoot the other dead body out of disrespect.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, yeah, it still works for me.
I'll just take that, I guess. 6-1.
Shooting voodoo dolls.
Maybe that works. You ever seen that that movie with Jack Nicholson? The witch movie where he's playing the devil or something. That's what I thought about when you said, like, voodoo dolls.
No.
Where my mind went.
I haven't seen
You haven't seen that movie? I can't believe it.
I don't know what movie you're talking about.
Listen, I can't remember the
It's
name
fine.
of it.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. I like Jack Nicholson. 6-1. We do have another timeout as things are getting figured out. But at the moment, this is not great for FaZe.
No, it's definitely not great. I'm kind of a little bit concerned about, again, some of the hesitation, because we can clearly see the plans, right? We're not in any doubt about what the plans are here. It's just the follow through and like, you need some sort of snappiness in your play if you're going to catch some of these Na'Vi players off guard. And it feels like, even that A execute or that A fake, like, it makes perfect sense. You throw the Molotovs, you go ramp instead, but it doesn't feel like they're not standing right next to ramp. They're not like, boom, it's ramp.
Right.
They're sort of like, we'll throw the grenades, and then 5 seconds later, we'll run in a long line towards the ramp.
Yeah,
like
they're back in lobby, and it's taken an extra 5 seconds, and you're hearing the footsteps the whole way, and Rain's been dead for 3 seconds, and
you don't get that like immediate timing that you can sometimes, you can get at least, should be getting some of the time, I feel like. So that could be an issue, going the stretch. I mean, it's possible, I guess, that FaZe have come into this with an early game plan that's like, let's try and do some of these slightly more elaborate things. Like, we'll put Rain outside, we'll try and crunch the ladder, and we'll do this A, or the ramp, we'll do this A fake and all the rest of it. And then maybe there's a second gear in here where they say, that this depth isn't really working.
The fancy stuff isn't working. Let's just go back to the power.
Yeah,
let's go back to the brute force. Well, I mean, the difficulty of that is the fact that Navi likes to play that style too. Navi's got the players to kind of fight back.
Yeah, they do.
So it'll be interesting to see. I think at the moment the problem is, I mean, obviously just Navi's feeling very comfortable and confident right now. FaZe is going to have to burn through some of this utility. You need to get like the weekend economy buys for Navi to be able to run some of this fancy stuff, because when you're trying to do tactical things and your opponents just have just as many or more nades than you're going to run into some obstacles. You're going to run into some trouble. They haven't really been given. We saw that stat pop up just a few rounds ago. I think Rain is what, 1 in 5 or something like that in his opening duels, or 1 in 4 in opening fights. He's been trying to get something going. We saw him do the lurk play outside. We saw him entry through the hut during that fake that we just mentioned. But nothing is either he's not getting those kills, or nothing is coming from that one successful entry he's had.
Yeah. So a long list of points that we're compiling for what we're not enjoying about FaZe at the moment. It is still early enough in the first half. I think that that can definitely change, but. Yeah, it's concerning. You could see Yanko's back there. He's got his arms crossed. He's looking, it's like a coach should. Disappointed, not really happy in his troops. Looking better than yesterday, Yanko, though, which is, nice improvement. Yeah, I don't know. It's a rough start. This is a similar start as to the one that Vitality were really not enjoying on Vertigo, right? Where you go in like 7 rounds and you've almost had no buy rounds. It's just all been swept out from under you.
Yeah, and also, I mean, with these, you have to say just too, with these tech pauses, that can really start to throw you off your game. So you have to wonder. But the mental game is going to be a big deal for FaZe. You know, you can handle these extended pauses when you're winning, when you're up 6-1. When you're the other team, it feels like hell.
He has an airplane tattooed on his hand. So do you know the story of that? Like, I don't.
I don't.
Okay, maybe we could find that out. I kind of want to know. Have you ever thought about having a tattoo? I'm just assuming you don't have one that I don't know about. Do you have one that
you haven't seen it? You haven't seen it yet. Is the issue? I do. I would like to get a tattoo. Yeah. I do have something in mind.
Okay. Well, we'll dive into that another time. We got rudely interrupted by the game returning, so we'll get that.
That's really disrespectful. Selfish, I think.
Yeah, in many ways. Round number 8 coming up, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, we do apologize, but we're back in the game with the action here, and it's still early on. So 8th round, we'll see how it all unfolds. Some rifles in the hands of FaZe. If they could win, again, just one good fight, then whatever they have planned out for it just makes everything easier. And, you know, sometimes that's all you need, just a little bit of an opening. Simple looked like he was almost walking into that Krieg from Nico, but instead he grenades Rain. And he doesn't want any more of it.
Ooh. Peeking outside, sees absolutely nothing for the moment.
And now Electronic is at the secret stairs, so that's going to help him out. That's a really good combo.
Yeah, can help him peek up. Certainly, here comes the smoke wall, the Molotovs as well. Simple able to peer over them. Now, again, another attempt from FaZe to create presence on one side of the map and shift the defense, but Simple's in a perfect position to let him know there's nothing coming outside. Stay alert.
Even Electronic, he's just out of the secret stairwell. He's already walking in here. He's just saying, you know what, no one is here. So they're going to have an immense defense. Basically 4 people defending this A-bomb side right now. It should work out just fine. Good kill for Perfecto. Olaf Meister and Cold, and actually a double kill for Olaf. That's not bad at all. Now swinging in as Cold Zero will take down Boomic, and that leaves Flamey in a 1 versus 3. They executed into an almost fully stacked bomb site and still made it work. And that just defies, well, any kind of logic.
I was going to say, you have 2 players in the bomb site, 2 players coming through mini. You had essentially 4 players to defend against this hit. I have no idea how it went so well for FaZe, but that's one of those defenses for Na'Vi where you just say, that can't happen. We had way too much presence. We had to read. We knew there was no one outside.
I mean, if anything, I guess what we could say is, for there being that many people, especially around mini, I don't think there were any like Molotovs or grenades landing towards the squeak door. Like that's a hugely confined space, and there were no grenades landing in that area.
I don't think any of those crossfires were executed perfectly. Perfecto did throw a flash out towards the door over those boxes. I think it blinded the player inside the site. The guys coming through mini were a bit uncoordinated, so it was a bit sloppy, but still, 4 players on the defense. Even if it's sloppy, you feel like it should have been a bit more staunch defense than that, but nice hit from FaZe. 2nd round on the board, and the nice thing too is despite how rough this half has been, the money for Na'Vi is pretty hideous.
It is, yeah, you're right.
And a tactical timeout, Anders, coming in. This is tactical.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough. They can obviously, they can't talk during the technical timeouts, so...
Yeah, well, and also they want to talk through exactly what they're going to do with this, with the money that they do have. What are they going to be able to scrape together? How do they want to use it properly to defend against the bomb site? So, Na'Vi talking some things over.
Get HE grenades. Throw them outside. Everybody loves that.
5 HEs outside?
Yeah, all 5. Just try for it. Just buy them, hold them, and don't throw them until you see someone. That's the rule. You have to keep on to them. They've actually
on fire till you see the whites of their eyes.
That's exactly right. They've actually invested into the round. That's kind of shocking to me. I don't know. I kind of disagree with this because of the lead that they have. I feel like they could have let FaZe had a 3rd round and then swing for the fences afterwards.
Yeah, and if they'd bought 5 nades and naded them outside immediately, they might have gotten some kills. Either way, none of that happened. Those are all ifs. Rain's going to lead the way. Boomic, Jiggle peeking the corner. Rain just holding patiently. I have to imagine if Boomic just throws the smoke, I think Rain would step in front of it when he sees it. I think he's close enough to be able to be that aggressive.
Yeah, that's definitely true. That's one of those things. If the timing is good. Ooh, nice shot from Cold Zero, taking down Simple. That's what you want to have as a beginning. All of us playing alone in lobby while the rest of them are outside. Now with the bomb as well. I was worried for a second because the bomb was actually really far back and no one had picked it up, but Brokey and Nico are on it, and now they're going to be grouping up. It's a 4-man death squad out here that can, you know, should be able to take care of themselves pretty much. Electronic forced out. Ooh, and actually winning the fight. That's very awkward. That whole play was for that to happen, and yet they couldn't really get the kill. Flashbang. Oh, and he swings. Actually flicks and takes down coldzera. That's monstrous.
And they've just used 2 Molotovs, 2 players, and about 30 seconds to clear Electronic out of this position. And now the smoke is dropped. No one challenged Boomich earlier, so he's able to just put that in their path. FaZe is getting stopped everywhere they go. This is actually a disaster. They're in a lot of trouble.
Olofmeister's flanking around through the vent room here, but what does that matter? 17 seconds. They're going to be in here, but the bomb is coming in from the other side. They have 10 seconds now. They need to get in flawlessly. Boomich, if he survives for another couple of seconds, that's it. Olofmeister getting 2 big kills, and FaZe, the door's going to be open, but can't actually stop the bomb from being planted. That was on the other side of the silo. Man, still, if they lose this round, FaZe, they have almost no one to blame but themselves. Flashing their way through the smoke. Olofmeister trying to cover that entrance. Brokey up on the high ground and maybe could do something. They're right underneath him. Long range spray as Flamey goes down, leaving Perfecto in a 1 versus 2. And somehow they may have found a way back into this round, FaZe, but this should be an absolute wake-up call. Too much and way too close here. It's a lot on the line. A nice triple from Olofmeister, who was without kills just a couple of rounds ago.
Yeah, that's a real grimy round for FaZe to win. They've got to take a deep breath and just thank their lucky stars they pulled that one back. Navi played that perfectly off. Some incredible sequences from Electronic. This one's going to be frustrating. Remember, there was audio and sound cues that Electronic was in that position. He got hit by the Molotov. He took a tick of damage. Nico not able to keep him pinned down, and the spin on the coldzera is a thing of beauty. But such is the power of FaZe. This is one of the strengths we've always touched on. The amount of championship experience they have from top to bottom on this team is unreal. Olaf
he had
takes back to his Fnatic days to bring him into that round.
That kind of a flick from Electronic, that's only possible when you get those like brand new Teflon skates on you. That might be a reference that not many people really understand.
What the hell? You're going all the way back to mouse skates.
Listen, that was real important for a long time. People took that very seriously.
It really wasn't. It was all mental. You've all lost your minds. Well, yeah. Where do you go from here? Just pistols.
That was it's a joke for the boomer generation.
Boomers need a little bit of love these days. Oh God, this cannot be happening. How is Electronic such a beast?
Please. What does it take to stop him? He's not back around the corner, so they actually have to invest more time and energy. They think it's now Molotovs, but he's not in the corner anymore. He's just tricked him all the way.
That's a P2K.
Yeah.
He just got a double kill. How are they struggling with Electronic so much at the moment? Just go away from him at this point.
Yeah, it might be better. Well, again, it's a very similar scenario. Olofmeister playing alone in lobby, and the other two coming in from the other side. Actually, almost a mirrored scenario, except...
they have a crossfire set up. There's Perfecto with one, and this is one of those rounds that's literally like death by 1,000 cuts. The P2K, the USP, adding kills every step of the path. Here we go, Brokey coming out the door. One player in dark, and he could just bide his time. Simple could just sit here and wait the whole time, wait for the retake, or just stop the plant straight up.
Olofmeister now 10 seconds, and he's going to get shut down. Electronic... an absolute hero. They even saved the Kriegs. He is 12-4 right now, as we've just only played 10 rounds of this match. That's pretty good. I don't know what to do.
I don't even care about the numbers in terms of his score. It's just the P2K with 2 kills. How did nobody? I mean, first player is blind, but this is wild. You added on to the last round the CZ with the 2 kills.
Not bad. Not bad of an ending. Yeah, this is...
That's what we mentioned. That's why you called the previous round a wake-up call. That's why I said FaZe had to take a deep breath. Because you've come close to losing those disaster heartbreak rounds just like that a couple times previously. And now it finally happens.
They didn't wake up.
They didn't wake up. They didn't take a deep breath.
Set that second alarm. Third alarm, still not.
Snooze.
Still not.
10 snoozes throughout the morning.
Yeah. Well, we know a couple of people who have little puzzles they have to solve, you know.
Wake the brain up, yeah.
Yeah, before they can even turn the alarm off, I think is the...
Those never work.
I don't know. I don't know.
I've tried it. It doesn't work.
I'm grown up. I actually just wake up when my alarm...
Okay. You might be able to wake up, but you're not grown up.
Kids wake me up at 5 a.m.
That's your alarm. Children.
There we go. Yeah, saving on alarm clocks. It's a good way to do it. 11th round.
Saving on alarm clocks by having a child.
There we go.
Net loss.
Just gotta do the... Don't do the rest of the economy. Just think about that. Similar setup. This is we saw this earlier, and they didn't execute into it. This time, looking better. Perfecto edging on the smoke, and he gets absolutely wrecked by Nico and Rain. Good combination there. And now they're on the bomb side. This would have happened the last time. If they hadn't faked it last time, this would have been just a mirror replay. Headshot taking down Boomich just at the edge. Nice find. And again, Na'Vi, for everything that they've been winning, they might want to think about just backing out of this. They don't have any money. Electronic still getting kills no matter what.
He's good for 2 every single time. I really like this. I don't even think that maybe the first time around, this makes me think it's not designed to be a fake. It's designed to let Rain do whatever he can in the upper bomb side, and you go off of his production. This is a beautiful round from him. The entry, holding onto the site, and now it should just be easy. Flamey's got to back off. He's got no money. Electronic can buy in the next round. Boomich can buy in the next round. Everyone else is going to be a bit sketchy, but Na'Vi can keep fighting if they want.
Well, that's why, yeah, that's why I wanted them to leave the 3 versus 5 alone.
Yeah.
The Electronic did get a double kill, so for it just a, you know...
Fair play, kind of got to go back.
Second, you were like, oh no, not again. That's just the vector for trying to beat Na'Vi at the moment. If you take down Electronic, then at least...
You have a chance.
At least there's something to go off of.
He's hitting a really nice individual level. He's this past month. And FaZe starting to get closer and closer. 4-7 now on their offensive side of Nuke.
Yeah, I mean it isn't some sort of giant lead, and FaZe are not, you know, they're not out of this half at all.
It's so cool to see them just use so much utility, get Rain into position. I think he's found that entry now twice. The 2 times we've seen him run that strategy. The first time he got traded immediately, but this time he's patient, he's controlling the bomb site, he's looking for that second player in upper, and once he get it, FaZe know they just basically have a 1 round.
Olofmeister dropping really low, and that was, I think, just shots through the smoke from Flamey down in the ramp room. So I'm not sure about that. Again, he's playing a little bit alone. He's got Broky behind him, but he's been playing that solo lobby position a lot.
Well, especially now that he's been tagged up, he'll take the passive positions.
They were so close to Mini. I thought maybe they would even try and jump the gun on that. Maybe there was a smoke to block them off for a minute, but still, that's a powerful position to be in. So is this one outside, and Electronic goes down. They finally defeated the Beast. And they have all the map control, 4 versus 5. This is everything you could want from a T-side setup. Boomich goes down, and Perfecto has to come up with a reaction and actually gets a headshot on Broky. A little bit awkward.
And Olaf doesn't have the HP to challenge that. He's got to wait for his teammate. So this is an opportunity for Flamey to control the bomb. 45 seconds left. Nico's going to rotate all the way back on the long flank. That leaves Olaf alone with 15 whatever HP, and he delivers. What a stunning headshot. Simple's now going to step up to the plate, but they've got a lot more work to do. Yeah,
Simple in a 1 versus 4. He's going to get the first one. Could have been a flank coming in, I think, from Cold, but he's joined them in the bomb side instead. 20 seconds. They're going to try and team up, and he just holds down Mouse 1. Wanted to see if he could go for the full-on spray. They do take them down, but it's a fairly expensive round, all things considered. But Na'Vi are completely out of money, though.
And that gets sketchy, too. They didn't have any nades. So they had to just heads-up challenge Simple, knowing that Olaf was red. He was below 20 HP, so that never makes you feel comfortable. 5-7. And again, FaZe having some more troubles on, what, a half buy? I mean, there was an AUG on board. An M4 in ramp room, but still.
Man, if Olaf doesn't get that kill,
and
he's low on health, I don't know. That could have been a weirdly lost round.
I do like the idea of FaZe. I mean, once they start getting Cold Zero acknowledge that he's going to be in heaven, that they're wrapping around, those 2 players in lobby, Broky and Olaf, just sat patiently, just played far back, didn't try and do anything. They just say, we know what the response is from the defense. It's to push in towards lobby and get away from the danger of that heaven flank.
They all get held back by the Molotov. They've all just ran down here with pistols. I like the idea. But now they're sandwiched in, and I'm not sure if anyway is going to be an easy victory. Shots coming out, and yeah, they're getting hunted now. Krieg on Boomich.
Run. Save it. Don't stick around.
Definitely don't stick around. It's not worth it. Best you could do is a cool highlight. I guess maybe you could surprise someone if you're still here, and then you can make a run for it, but...
We'll see. He's boxed in at the moment. Olaf going to turn the corner and just find the easy kill. Another triple kill for Olaf. He had a relatively slow start. He's been phenomenal in helping them to recover from some very dangerous rounds, and now he's just contributing pretty consistently. 13-9 on Olaf.
I'm pretty sure Olaf had 0 kills in the first, like, 6 rounds. So...
It's not too shabby.
From 0 to 13, that's...
0 to hero.
Yeah, he's doing a remarkable job. 7-6, very close game, just like that. In spite of Navi looking almost indestructible in the first 7 rounds, just really, really powerful start. 7-1 at the beginning, right? And
5-1 run for FaZe.
Yeah, or I guess 6-1. Yeah, that was still a pretty impressive comeback right now for the FaZe side. So I don't know. Suddenly it's turned. And I guess that we were slightly expecting that, you know, just some of those rounds where you get the early victories, you just get one of those entry kills, and it starts to work out. And we're seeing that right now, I think. Nico also doing well enough.
I think it also helps. Remember, you kind of criticized one of the economic decisions in Navi, and rightfully so, when it was, when it was like
6-2?
6-2 or 6-3, and they went up for a force buy again?
Yeah, because I thought if they make it 6-3, but then they have, you know, they're going to miss everything. What does it matter if they have 3 rounds, FaZe? You can just, you know, you can ignore that. But that has probably come back to haunt them a little bit here. Close grenade. That lands right on top of Electronic, who's trying to play inside of the smoke, like we've been talking a fair bit about. And
Nico pre-firing it.
Yeah. As most people should at this point in time. He's got to fall back, I guess. So a slow start once again, but very similar setup. Brokey and Olofmeister being a bit of a combo inside of the lobby, and the rest are outside.
I think FaZe has to have a pretty decent read that the economy is a bit sketchy for Navi, which is why they're going for a slower approach, seeing if there's going to be any aggression before using their utility, seeing if there's any kind of cool setup that they can read and counter. Just a standard wall of smokes. Electronic going to challenge over the top. Remember, 57 HP. He's already a little bit low on the health, and he's going to swing out wider. He wants to get a deeper angle to look down, but he's going to miss rain.
Right down there, he jumps down. They didn't hear that at all, and he's going to take a kill. Cold Zero will drop one, and now he's in mini. They're going to crunch in from the other side. Simple just trapped in the corner, and he needed that kill, but he couldn't get it. Looked like he had a big opportunity, and now Flamey running inside of the Molotov just comes charging right through. He picks up one more kill, and now Nico, he's got all the health in the world, and Flamey, oh, he gets tagged right as he's about to leap down. He wanted to get out of that exposed position. A 1-on-1 at the end, nearly a 1-on-3 for Flamey, though. That was pretty impressive. And that leads us into round number 15.
That's a cool little tactic. The deep smoke wall in front of Mini, get Rain inside the smoke and just have them pop through it when they don't expect. But, I mean, obviously, Electronic being up on that box and having that kind of an angle, never going to expect that one. Big trades for FaZe all the way into this bomb site. Even Flamey coming through the Molotov. This would have been a spectacular sequence. Nico just gets a chance for an easy cleanup. 7-7. And the shotgun is out. Simple's got the auto.
Electronic at the edge of the smoke. We did warn that was going to be a likely thing you'll see play out, and Nuke is not even the most impressive map for it.
It's a good looking shotgun.
You got the fire and flames.
Crocodile on fire.
I mean, why not? Simple. Oh, timing is nearly perfect. Olofmeister with a grenade in hand, but he stands tall inside of the lobby yet again. I would really hate to be Olofmeister in this first half for FaZe playing lobby that much alone. But he's done a remarkable job.
He has, and I think it's something that lobby players are going to be well versed in. You are frequently just going to be left on an island all on your own, and he's handling it very well. Electronic at such low HP has to play passively. Back towards the blue box, orange box. Getting my colors mixed up. Just waiting.
Yeah, did see someone out here, so they got a bit of information. Boomich is holding downstairs in the lower part of the map, so he knows no one is showing up here. Like, I mean, it makes sense for Electronic to fall this far back.
Especially because they've actually attacked Heaven a number of times. It's not like they haven't tried to go there. And with that low HP, yeah, you're kind of taking yourself out of the fight, but it's worth the risk in a way because you have such low health. And if he gets this kill on Brokey flanking in, that'd be massive. Instead, he loses it. And now the upper bomb site, you're in a lot of trouble.
Fair play to Boomich getting that one. 15 seconds on the clock, and with 2 people in lobby. Oh, they actually just go for it. I was going to say they could try and fake them out and just only show one. Instead, they end up losing that final round. And I mean, what a strange first half here. 8-7 in favor of FaZe in spite of everything that was going on. That's a big turnaround.
Yeah, ended on a 7-1 run. That is a nice job from FaZe. We're heading to a break. When we come back, we have the conclusion of Nuke.
Yeah, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second half coming up here on Nuke between Navi and FaZe here at the Intel Extreme Masters in Katowice. Some beautiful shots of the Spodek Arena. Kind of looks like a UFO, Jason. What do you think about that?
Don't even start. Don't even get into it.
Well, we'll leave it alone for now.
I don't need this holiest of Counter-Strike to be infested with your alien talk.
Well, you can try, but try and keep it away.
8 to 7. They're gonna come no matter what you want.
2 smokes, one of them already used, an HE grenade as well, and we're off to a pretty hot start. I think they've smoked Mini, or at least smoked the vents down there. They've left Simple outside. This seems like a pretty deep fake. Yeah, right now they're just trying to obscure FaZe from knowing that it's actually coming, but they run into the ramp room, and there is a really big crossfire setup here. Cold pushing out as well, and now they have to run back. Oh, Navi, this seems very awkward, doesn't it?
Oh, that needs to be a kill for Rain. It's not. He stepped. He still got blind. I think he wanted to avoid the flashbang. 3 players in the site. Bomb going down, and we have a retake. 1 will come up vents. That's going to be Olaf Meister. And keep your eye on Brokey with the kit. That's low HP. And if he goes up heaven, it gets picked off, and the kit falls above the ladder. FaZe is in some trouble.
Yeah, that's actually a huge point you're making. That one kit is going to be worth keeping an eye on. Flashbang to maybe set up a bit of a peek here. There it comes, and Cold actually just going to wait. There's the second one that they go on, and he's sweeping into the bomb site and seeing no one. Navi playing for time, just trying to see if they can make this really tricky. They're in the hut as well, and Olaf Meister, a bit of a fight there. Still trying to be on it. Oh, but Brokey went down, so the bomb still ticking away, and they're going to be picking it up. Yeah, they should have it. But that is actually pretty scary. That could have been a lot of confusion, but FaZe will win the round. And it started off in a way that they should have, but then it almost lost control.
Yeah, they really did. That was a good crossfire setup in over towards ramp room to get that 1 kill. And actually, that scared the entire hit away from the ramp area.
Explain to me how Navi only have 7 rounds. I'm trying to figure this out for myself, and I don't know how we ended up here.
I mean, it's kind of a shame that we have to keep harping on. They're just another one of those teams, much like what we saw out of Vitality earlier, although Vitality did win their series, but just the money issues plagued them in that first half. They had complete control of everything. They went on that nice little run to start things out. I think it was 6-1 or 6-2, and then it was just all ripped away from them.
And they had Electronic off to, I mean, still an incredibly hot start here.
It was like a guaranteed double kill every single round.
Yeah, and then you don't actually get more out of it. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's not that 7 rounds is a total disaster, but it's just, it feels like they should have had way more. Nico's about to run into a lot of people, and he's got Brokey quite far away. I mean, Brokey could set up, but he's got a scout and some grenades. Nico's going to be Molotov the way, in fact. But let's see if Brokey's going to be feeling good with the scout out here. The smokes are going to make it life really tricky. There's the flashbang to set it up for Nico. He gets close with the FAMAS, and he could have had probably more. That's a good idea for a setup, but didn't really work out the way they wanted.
I think he got lured into that because he saw how good the flashbang was. He was like, holy hell, they're all blind for 5 seconds. Doesn't even matter that he just missed the first salvo. I'll go back for more. He could have just dipped after that 1 kill. Now, oh, Brokey just gets out of danger. But Boomich is going to slide into this position, and no one has any idea that he's here.
Still, again, out of the... He just went up the ladder.
This is awkward.
It's a very weird timing.
They're pretty convinced it's going to be a hit towards the lower bomb site. 2 players are dedicated there. Boomich still looking for somebody.
Sticks his head up. Oh, and Rain goes down at the lower part of the map. 20 seconds here. Olaf Meister, hearing them falling back, surely. Yeah, now he definitely knows. And yep, back up the ladder. They need to go right now. Otherwise, they're not going to be there in time. Ooh. Great shot taking down Electronic. More damage on Simple, and that might have been enough. 9 seconds. The bomb drops in a 2-on-2. That's not good. They don't think they have the time for the plant. They can't make it now, and Olaf Meister's already running, so he just had to gamble that they weren't going to be planting the bomb in time. Tough loss. FaZe had one of their own like that in the first half, but they get one back here.
Yeah, they really do. That was a good hold from FaZe. I mean, again, Olaf Meister is having himself a game. He's got the kills, but that information, that peek in the vents and let his teammates know, get back up, puts Brokey in position for the scout headshot. That is a nicely done round from FaZe. And, I mean, Brokey was just a little bit of luck that whole time. Just like an inch ahead of Boomich every step of the way.
Yeah, the timing was fantastic. Just can't really find a way to do that again. Olaf Meister's playing a little bit close to the smoke with the MP9. That kind of makes sense. And again, Navi with a buy in this round.
Yeah, they're going right back into it. And I mean, this shouldn't be any surprise when it comes to Navi. We know they like to be very aggressive with the economy, especially when they know they have their opponent's money on the ropes Two players, Rain and Coldzera at $0, Brokey at 50. So Navi fighting for that early reset here on Nuke. And they've got a good chance for it. Rifles on Simple and Electronic, the two guys you'd want them on.
They could set up for the same flashbang here if they're quick about it. Similar kind of setup. Nico, last time he fell back from the Molotovs, this time he actually pushed up. And Electronic not really looking like he knows, and the scout shot actually took all of his attention away. Molotov to buy even more time, and is there going to be a flashbang coming? Nico is thinking about it and waiting for it. He almost wins that fight against Simple, a lot of damage onto him, but still, that's a really, really good trade outside. And, well, now, even Boomich dropping low.
Yeah, Boomich, I think, got the information as well that one dropped in vent, so he's called that out to his teammate. And FaZe just making sure they do everything to secure these bomb sites. Low HP, Coldzera's going to get aggressive. That's risky. Almost pays for with his life, and he goes back for more. This time he is punished. And just more aggression out of FaZe, even with the advantages. Rain, this is a huge risk. Simple's going to take him down for free. I'm not quite sure what read they have at the moment, but they're throwing a couple lives away, and this gets much more difficult.
Oh, he actually stopped the bomb there and put it in a 2-on-2 just with a USP. Olofmeister peeking just as the bomb was about to be planted, and now Simple getting shot in the back. They win it anyway. That is, I mean, it's way too close. It should have never got to that, but they do pick it up and make it 11-7. Some strange rounds that we're witnessing here.
Yeah, that, I mean, those were very weird, aggressive pushes when you had, what, a 5-on-3? That was a bit much. Bit much, yeah. But they still, I mean, just such a massive advantage. And we're going to get another quick pause here. Nico and Rain have accounted for all the opening deaths on the FaZe clan side. 10 of them.
All right, maybe a sign that you want to relax a little bit? Don't want to...
No, I think it means that they're just not scared to go for the battles. Because, I mean, listen, they've lost 10, but they've won 8.
Okay.
No, you're not gonna come out on top of the exchange all the time.
Unless you're who's that on the NIP team that had like 7-0 in openings? I can't remember.
I think it was Alex.
Was that, oh, Alex, yeah, you're right. Just taking all the credit away from him, sorry.
I got you.
And again, the Navi economy is kind of in a weird position because of these force buys with the Kriegs and the pistols, right? So this, like, theoretically, they could do it again another time here if they wanted to.
Yeah.
But do you want to keep doing it? When does it become the thing that actually brings down the team?
Yeah, you make a good point. 4-round lead for FaZe.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's that much. The problem is so many of these, I mean, the 7 rounds from the first half still. It's not good enough from Navi's point of view. And obviously the logic, just in case people are confused about doing those force buys, is obviously that the FaZe economy isn't exactly amazing either. So they know that if they just win one of them, then they can turn the game. It's just that now that it hasn't worked out, do they just keep going? Keep putting on the pressure? Or
I don't think you can. I think at some point, I mean, you're going to have to go back to it, right? You'd like them to take at least one save, to have at least one solid full buy.
I mean, they're going to have the loss bonus now, right?
Oh, yeah, but here's the thing. Like, if you go for the force buy again and you lose it and then it's 12-7, then you're in that point where you're just like, oh, we're just so many rounds behind. We have to force buy and fight for these rounds. So you should, you know, give yourself at least one solid full rifle buy with utility in the second half.
We'll see about that, Jason. I don't know.
I know it seems crazy.
Navi, they've never heard of the sunk cost fallacy.
They never had a buy they didn't like.
They just keep going. We've already invested so much into this half, guys. let's just keep going.
Let's just keep.
Next time it'll be better.
This is, I mean, listen, this is a wild run. This is 10-1 now for FaZe.
Yeah, I mean, it just did not start out this way. The beginning, if you were only tuning into the first part of the broadcast, and all you would have heard is us praising Electronic for taking down FaZe every round.
Yeah, if you went to go get a snack, make yourself a PB&J.
Yeah.
You come back and it's a whole new ball game.
I've never had that.
Don't even say it.
I've never tried it.
Never had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I didn't really like peanuts until like late 20s or something.
How have you gotten this far in life without a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
I don't know.
I'll make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah, is there like a some special O'Toole family, you know, recipe?
It's all about the ratio, Anders. Peanut butter to jelly.
50-50.
You can also go with grilled PB&J. That's pretty solid. Peanut butter gets a bit hot, but it's still delicious. Anyways, back to the game.
I'm into it. Let's try that out one day.
11-7. 4-round lead. Rain ready and waiting. First kill goes his way. Immediate trade. Shot from Simple, but the Flames keep him back. Coldzera off angle in the Raptors, and because of the fire, they couldn't trade it out quick. Perfecto's got it with the MAC-10 either way. But still, not everyone committed to the bomb site. Still one lurker. Electronic is outside, and that's Nico to take him down. Man advantage for FaZe in the retake.
And how do you plant this bomb? This is so tricky, right? As soon as you plant the bomb, it's a 1-on-3 for the guy that's alone. The grenade is amazing, lands right on top of 2 people, and Simple set up for it. Maybe he could actually do it. He's going to get the first kill, falls back down, out of danger, and now it's a 2-on-2. They've actually almost pulled this off, Na'Vi. They're such a good position all of a sudden. Perfecto sees the gun barrel, wins the fight, and it's a 1-on-1. And Simple going straight for it, doesn't want to leave any chance. A nice triple kill and a nice clutch, and a very, very unlikely round to be winning there for your Na'Vi.
That was smooth from Simple, dropping off of the hut immediately after the first kill, changing his position. Well done, even Perfecto adding 1 kill into it. That was a tough battle for Na'Vi, but finally they put a stop to it. They put a stop to the streak. We said it was 10-1, well it was 8-0 run there that Simple just ended with this clutch. He's got Na'Vi still within fighting distance, and the plant is going to help. And listen, we don't even have to theorize anymore about how much longer they're going to force buy, because they've done it. They've reset the economy. Now just FaZe forced back onto what? Light utility, upgraded pistols, and some armor on 3 players, but they are destitute.
Yeah, jokes are on us. The Na'Vi School of Economics coming out on top, at least for this one. So,
listen, like most economics, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Shout out to Tommy.
It's mostly guesswork. Ooh, Flamey goes down. Rain able to tap him away with the deagle. And he's going to want more. He's trying to see if he could do it again. Sneaking in towards Perfecto, actually.
Ooh, Nico got one on the other side of the map. This opens up all the opportunities for Rain, because there's not enough players now on Na'Vi to watch the flank. Rain's just going to keep going forward, and he's picked up a rifle as well, a Krieg no less.
He's heard him running.
And listen, no one from FaZe has to do any fighting. They can just stall him out. Oh, Rain, you missed your chance. Coldzera builds. He brings it back for you, but this gets real dangerous now. These deagles are doing work, and even Nico missing a really weird opportunity.
Don't worry, Cold doesn't missing anything. Oh, man.
It's all so uncomfortable.
He was trying his best. He was saying, please, like, there's a lot of people watching. I don't want to miss this one D. And he just did. Oh, Cold, long range. Beautiful round. Look at him shouting as well. He's absolutely fired up. A hilarious and ultimately deadly round for Na'Vi. Forget about the Na'Vi School of Economics.
Nico wasn't laughing, though. Nico wasn't smiling. He missed a couple shots. He was like, yeah, Cold, great, good for you. Just have a good time.
Can't be happy on behalf of your friends. Kind of moment.
Oh, dear.
This is stupid.
That whole round, everything that we caught on camera was pretty silly. Well.
And Rain missing with the... Oh.
Yeah, everything. Literally everything. Na'Vi...
inspired by the deagles in many ways.
Back to the force by economics.
Not quite as bad, but I mean, yeah, still some. They have deagles and a P250. Electronic not getting any chance. Yeah, what an odd game this is at the moment.
That aim punch is a bit brutal. FaZe looking to take a 5-round lead. All the advantages in the world, and you can see not scared from any of these fights at the moment. Brokey still outside, still with long range. Even if he doesn't win the fight, he can have the information. And everything's covered at the moment. So FaZe is they can afford to be patient and just wait.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's annoying getting sniped away at with deagles, but as long as you maintain your positions, should be just fine.
This is a play and a half. This puts Coldzera into some pressure, which he probably doesn't quite enjoy. You can see him shifting now to get back towards heaven to have some safety, especially with 2 teammates beneath. You got to be furious that it's your responsibility to watch for this play. Oh, he's taking some damage. Boomich going for the spam, but Olaf bails him out. But look at that rotation from Coldzera. It weakens the inner bomb site. And just because it's deagles, they'll be able to recover, but there's some dicey movement going on in the defense there.
Yeah, that could have... I mean, imagine for a minute if Cold just gets knocked out up there with a deagle shot, and suddenly the inner defense is all worried about heaven, and it's going to get really odd. So close, kind of a close call actually. 13-8 though, and still moving forward. A FaZe. Na'Vi have picked up the 1 round in this half so far.
1 round. That's not good. Three Kriegs, Flamey, Boomich, and Electronic. Nades are out, heavy presence outside as well. That's Simple, Perfecto, and Electronic to start doing some kind of yard. Boomich is even up on top of the silo. A little bit of chip damage. Brokey's got an AWP now, and he's got that set up in ramp room, and he's even there with I believe that's Olaf Meister playing with him. They're doubled up.
Yeah, and I mean, that's an amazing setup, right? Even if he likes someone who's jumping past, Olaf will clean them up. And
it's a lot of players, though, to be dedicated to ramp room. You would imagine at some point Olaf would be able to back away and maybe go to that lower bomb site where they don't really have a whole lot of presence.
Flamey about to Molotov Heaven, I think. Which, you remember that pistol strategy that I was talking about that EG was doing?
Yes.
It's a similar kind of Molotov that you end up throwing, so you could do a lot with that. There we go, trying to burn it out. So that at least gives them a chance to get out here, and Nico is entirely alone. He's going to need some backup or something. Timing is amazing for him, though, and he's going to take down Boom, which looked like that could have been really disastrous. So the Molotov that they throw up there, I mean, that was to buy some space for whoever is down there, Boomich, to try and do something, and nothing really comes of it.
I feel like Na'Vi doesn't actually have a plan in this round. I feel like they just got so much position outside, they just expected at some point they would have a fight that they could win. Finally, Perfecto's delivered it. 30 seconds left on the clock. Bomb just now creeping towards Secret Stairs. No one from FaZe is down there this whole round. Now that Nico is gone, they don't have any information of what's outside or where they're going, so...
And they're pushing lobby. If they'd fallen back, I mean, it's not really their fault, but if they went back in the ramp room to look at the B-bomb side, it would have been really hard for Na'Vi to get in here, but now...
I don't think they can retake this.
No, I sort of doubted as well. Actually, if they get a really quick kill, make it a 3-on-4, it's possible, obviously. Perfecto, staying alive, that's really important. Just, again, yeah, I would say save it. There's no point, and they are going to do that.
Yeah. Just found themselves way too far out of position. And listen, maybe that is just a tactical call. Maybe that's just one of their setups that doesn't have a whole lot of power at the lower bomb site or rotations to get downstairs.
So Na'Vi without much of a plan, and FaZe kind of still getting confused.
FaZe had the plan. It's the wrong one.
That is true. Good way of looking at it. So they're going to get around. That's, I mean, again, 13-9. This match is, or this map is not at all over. The money's not that great on FaZe. Na'Vi just need to string together a couple of rounds, especially ones where they take all the rifles away.
Yeah.
And it's a completely wide open game once again. So don't get fooled by, you know, by the fact that it's looked a little bit grim for Na'Vi for a while.
And they have another buy Na'Vi behind this if they were to lose this round 23 that we're about to get into. They have enough cash built up to still be able to afford AK-47s and utility in the next round. So got at least 2 rounds of solid action. 4-round lead for FaZe. Still, I mean, Na'Vi, it's been a while since they've strung 2 rounds together. It's been a whole lot of this game. It's been since, what, round, I think, 7, where they strung their 2nd round together.
Yeah, so a nice change of pace, especially if they can keep it up now. FaZe obviously saving all of the rifles, so they're going to be just fine. Electronic sneaking down, that's a very similar opening as to the last round.
From both teams. Yeah. It's the same exact setup. Brokey and Olaf, and Nico watching outside from far away. He's going to call that smoke wall, so the question is who rotates lower, and it looks like it's going to be Nico. So they give up the outside presence. Now nobody is watching for anyone to wrap around towards Heaven where Cold Zera is positioned in the rafters.
If you are Brokey and Olaf, though, you might just be thinking, well, they didn't catch us doing this last time, so, you know, might as well just try it one more time.
No, but no one is falling back to help Nico.
Yeah.
Olaf is just now going, and he should be there in time. He should make it back just at the perfect moment. Nico's calling out. He hears the footsteps now.
Yeah, they need a lot more backup, though. I don't think 2 players are going to be quite enough to hold this. That's a really good smoke to try and buy some time. Nico, I think getting wall banged or something all the way down to half health, and they're now trying to get in there. Olaf Meister takes 1. Nico on the follow-up, and this crossfire working out really well at the moment. Nico even getting a parting kill, taking down Perfecto. And, oh, nice. Electronic with a headshot.
He was tagged. He was tagged as well, I think, through the corner of the wall. He's down to 28 HP, but we have a 2-on-2.
Yeah, that's really good. Bomb gets planted. Cold sneaking in. Flamey goes down. That's a perfect headshot. Cold Zero so quick with the Krieg. And Electronic, he did a lot of magic early on. They're going to need him right now. 1 versus 2. Turning around and pre-firing, and it's not enough. Rain will drop him in the end. And that will be yet another round for FaZe, but it was close.
That combo, Olaf and Nico, saves this round. Olaf rotating below. He was pushing up towards lobby, decided to fall back. He gets there at the perfect moment. And if he's not there, Nico likely just gets 1 and then he's dead. And there's no chance for a retake. That is a very nice rotation in a timely fashion.
This is kind of a rare moment in Counter-Strike, isn't it, where you get almost the replay of a previous round, but you get to see how the defense is different. Because in the last one, they kept pushing lobby, and this time they said, you know, Nico, you fall back from outside. Olofmeister, you go help him out.
Well, this one was where the smoke wall was set up. So Nico had that information, and he was able to fall back and go to the lower bomb site. Previously, there was no smoke wall. It was Na'Vi quietly kind of pushing up outside, and Nico's just taking a fight and then kind of going down after that.
I like Blade's look of confusion looking at what I have to assume is his own notes. What is this?
Why did I write this?
Now, he did also tilt him towards the camera. So someone quick, you know, if they can translate.
Like a screen grab?
Now, here's the next level. What if you bring, you know, you bring fake notes and you intentionally show to the camera and you hope that your opponents translate it and then they play into it?
That's deep. Some would say that's probably not worth the investment of time.
I don't know.
However, I'm open to try all new things.
Just gotta go for it. It's like showing some of your cards in poker, but not all of them. So they think they know. That kind of thing.
Is there anyone in poker who thinks it is an advantage to show some of your cards?
I've seen it in a movie once, I'm sure.
We got some poker players in Counter-Strike. We'll ask them.
We do.
All right.
24th round.
Slow-paced from Na'Vi as well. Very far back. Just now putting up the wall at the 1 minute and 20-second mark. Good opening kill for Boomich. That's on Nico, who was outside. He peeked up from those stairs. Got picked off from Silo.
And I was just about to say they could have had, again, a replay of that flashbang to set up Nico peeking out, but that's not going to happen now. So Electronic, once again, leading the charge for the lower part of the map. He's been doing that on his own for very many rounds.
I imagine he's going to try and push up and get towards Vent, and they'll have an upper hit. 1 coming up Vent, 3 coming through Mini. Bomb is still in lobby. It's in Simple's hands. He's in the squeaky door room. Smoke goes down at 45 seconds.
Wait, are they not even putting anyone downstairs? This feels like a massive, massive risk at the moment. They don't have anyone downstairs, as far as I can tell, so...
They don't like that lower bomb site. Maybe they just have a good... I mean, it's the correct play. For whatever reason why they're doing it, stacking the upper bomb site. Rain's got to be careful. Molotov forces him out. Here comes the hit. Mini is exposed. I don't think anyone's watching that at the moment. Brokey's got it with the AWP, and Cold Zero from above, and this defense is perfect. Navi's got to be so confused why there's so many bodies in the upper bomb site, and FaZe win it 15-9.
That is actually disgusting cold. Yeah, I would be mad at this point in time for a number of different reasons. You get the kill on Nico at Secret Stairs. That should be the first signal for anyone from FaZe to start to rotate down, right? Someone else has to cover that spot. Then Electronic actually throws the Molotov to sort of pretend that he's Molotoving up the stairs.
Yep.
And they hear that upstairs. They know that Molotov has gone down. They can hear it, no problem, and they still just stick by. So if you're now, you're thinking like, why? Why would they all be here? That's crazy.
And some nice shots from Brokey inside the bomb site with the AWP. 2 kills for him. And a 6-round lead for FaZe. Again, we'll touch on it. They have not been able to win 2 rounds in a row since round 7.
Which is not a winning recipe, in case you're
no
trying to template that for your own style.
Yeah, if you're a new player, don't use that strategy.
It's not worth it. Does make the game tough. I mean, if you like playing on hard mode, then maybe it is for you after all. Just now they need to win, you know, the next 6 rounds in a row flawlessly. So that's where they've put themselves.
They got to do it. Starting off with 2 pistols: Simple on the Deagle, Boomich on the CZ, Galil, Krieg, and AK-47.
Which is, admittedly, right from the Na'Vi School of Economics. They're used to this kind of thing, so I guess that's the upside. Nico out in the open, very dangerous. Oh, nice tracking from Electronic. He actually had to follow that arc of him falling, and now the smokes are going to be going up in rain. Trying to guess, but not really going to be lucky this time, so a good opening here for Na'Vi.
2 rounds in a row, Nico is picked off in the secret stairs. This time, we'll see how many players they put downstairs. At the moment, it's just Olaf. Ready and waiting, but Na'Vi happy with that opening kill. And this time maybe a bit of a juke from FaZe. Previously, they didn't rotate anyone down here. Now they've rotated 2. Rain and Olaf, they're hoping that Na'Vi wants to take advantage of this, and they just run into another stack.
Bomb is quite far back. They really don't have a lot of grenades on the Na'Vi side. Obviously, the man advantage is great. Flamey comes charging down, and that'll surely break up everything. Rain alone, Olofmeister, who was on the crossfire. I mean, that got completely ruined. He turns around for it. Rain, oh! He gets a dink on Flamey as well. I almost turned that round in their favor. Brokey's here with that AWP setup, and he's going to snipe Flamey right out of the sky. Doesn't even get to touch the ground. Now a 2-on-2. Bomb is going to go down, sure, but Cold Zero is right in behind them. Perfecto sees it, and now the retake should be impossible here. Again, AWP in hand. He's going to have basically one chance to do this, I think.
I don't think they know he dropped down, though. Oh, that's a great shot. He's got one more, and he knows the door opened. He has all the information.
He's got the kit as well. He's behind cover. He's going to have to go right now, Perfecto. No, the Molotov's not going to do it. He's just holding it in, and it's 1 second away. 16 rounds for FaZe as they take down Na'Vi on map number 1. The Molotov did kill him, but it was a second too late. What a fiery start and end to the match.
That is wild, and that was a pretty crazy game to